Hello, y'all. Welcome to Demo 3A. So we're going to be working with Adobe Premiere Pro today. And when you load up Adobe Premiere Pro, you're going to first find this this little welcome box. We're going to click New Project here, and then we're going to save the new project right away. We're going to save with our period underscore name underscore Demo 3A. We're going to make sure that we're also saving to our appropriate location, our username, our Art Media folder, and then our Demo 3A folder inside of Art Media. When we come down here, we're going to click OK, and we'll be good to go. Okay, we're going to quickly talk about what each one of these windows is going to do, and then we're going to import our files into this program. So this window right here, this window, as you can see, I just clicked on this source no clips. This window is going to preview all of our clips that we bring in, that we import into the program. This window is another preview. This window is the overall project preview, or it calls it program sequence preview. This guy previews individual clips. This guy previews our entire project. Our project is going to be built and assembled in a timeline, what we call a sequence down here. You can think of sequences kind of as like multi-tracks in Adobe Audition. Down here is where the files are going to go. You can see I just clicked on this this tab right here called Project. When I import my files, they're going to be found down here. Now, in addition to having our files found down here, our effects are also found down here with their own tab, and our effect controls are found up here on this tab. So I'm going to select my effects down here. I'm going to control them up here. Those are the windows that we're going to be using today. There are other things that you could do in Premiere, but that's what we're going to be focusing on. Okay, next step, we're going to import all of our files that that are up on the drive right now in the folder Demo 3A. So I'm going to navigate to mine, and I'm going to select all of them and then import. When they import, they are going to import into our project here. So I can double click on these guys, and I can view what they are up here. This one, this eyes, is an audio track. And these tracks are video and audio, hence that little icon. Now I prefer this view to this view right here, this icon view. Your guys' computers are going to probably have this icon view. You can switch back and forth between icon and list view. Okay, so this next step, we're gonna organize our files a little bit. I've got these files that are both named Balzer, but I want to name them what they look like. So let's go to Balzer 3A or Balzer 3. This one's up close. So I'm going to rename this one. And the way that I do that is I just click on the name, Balzer up close. But I want to keep the tag .mov. Balzer up close .mov. I always like to keep the habit of keeping that tag, that's the file name. Keep the file name whenever you rename stuff. Double click this one. We're going to rename this one Balzer Stairs. Now I've already gone on my way of naming this Studio Balzer track for you guys. And that is the track that we recorded on day 2. And I've also got my way of naming this one right here. This walking Balzer is the one that's outside. Okay, next up, we're gonna create what is called a sequence. Again, think of this area over here as like a multi-track. A sequence is putting together multiple clips and essentially creating our project. The way that we create a sequence is over here in this project area. We're going to right-click, pull up New Item, Sequence, and then navigate on our sequence presets to Digital SLR, because that's what we're using, 1080p, because that's what we shot in, and 30 here, which is actually 29.9 frames per second. That's where we shot. So that's the preset we want to bring up. Then we're going to save the sequence name as our user, our period, name underscore demo 3A. Click OK. And now you can see this area has been updated. I've got 3 video tracks and 3 audio tracks. And this is going to be where I'm going to drop in the files that I want to drop in. The first one, the most important one in this, is our studio shot. So studio shot has a talking head, me, talking, that is going to be going through the entire project. So I've got this here, and you can watch it.
Ready and record. My name is Kevin Balzer, and I am a freshman with a beard. My hobby, my favorite thing to do, is knitting and underwater basket weaving. And a fun thing about me is my nickname in college was Fang, but it had nothing to do with being a vampire.
All right. So, such a clown. So, this clip, the visual works really good, but the audio is not very good. Remember, when we record with our cameras are photography cameras. This was all shot on a 5D Mark III, which has a really good looking image, but the audio doesn't sound great. And that's why we recorded with a separate audio system. We recorded with our field recorder. I don't want the audio from this clip right here. So I'm going to just bring across the video only. And then I'm going to pull up the audio we recorded separate, which is this WAV file right here, and I'm going to sync that audio to this video. The way that we do that is there's 2 buttons, 2 icons at the bottom of this this preview right here. One says drag video only, one says drag audio only. I don't want the audio, I want the video only. So I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to bring it onto the timeline here. I'm going to leave some space in front of it. I always like to get in the habit of leaving space in front of these, because you never know what you're going to want to do. Then I'm going to double click on this Balzer waveform right here and listen back to it.
My name is Kevin Balzer, and I am a freshman with a beard.
Okay, so it's a lot cleaner. And I don't have any video here, I just have the audio, so I'm going to drag the audio only. I'm going to stick it down here, and again, we are going to need to match this up with the visual. So let's watch.
And record.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Kevin Balzer.
So we're seeing me talk before we're hearing it. So I'm going to nudge this over a little bit. And really fortunate that I sync. This is pretty well synced up. So check it out.
And record. My name is Kevin Balzer.
So if you have Enable S selected, or Enable Snap, which is the S key, if you have the Enable Snap selected, then it's going to magnetically snap to the beginning and end of the clip. Your audio is going to be matched up as long as the beginning is matched up. So you can click Enable Snap and it'll do just fine.
And I am a freshman with a beard.
Okay. Next up, we are going to link this audio to this video. I want to make it so that whatever I do to this clip, I'm also doing to this clip. If I'm moving this clip on the sequence later in the sequence, I'm also moving the audio. So the way that I do that is I select one of them, hold down Shift and select the other one. Right click, and then go to link. And now, check it out, y'all. I'm moving both clips. And I could also reshape both clips. So maybe I want to trim in the clip a little bit. Let's watch it.
And record.
See, I don't want that. I'll start right. I want it to start right by my smile.
My name is Kevin Balzer.
Okay, so all this starting area, I don't want. Maybe about right there. So I can click on my trim tool and then trim it in.
My name is Kevin Balzer.
I'm going to trim it in even more. Now, it's hard to catch this. It's hard to make these small adjustments because it is so small. So one way that I can zoom in on this is I could use this bar here and pull it in. What's up? And I'm going to pull this in more.
My name is Kevin Balzer.
There we go.
And I am a freshman with a beard.
And I can do the same thing at the very end. Let's catch the very end. Yeah, I don't want that good. I want it to end right there. Nice. Excellent. Okay, sweet. So, next step, this audio, I want to clean it up. The audio is really quiet. You can see it bouncing right here. I want to actually bounce it up to here. The audio is quiet. Also, I want to compress it. I want to use everything that I've learned from previous demos. So, I can. The cool thing about Premiere is it works like a mothership program. This down here, I right-clicked on the audio. If I come down to Edit Clip in Adobe Audition, it's going to pull up this clip inside of Premiere in Adobe Audition. I can use all the stuff that I've learned on previous demos for an extracted clip in Adobe Premiere to work with Adobe Audition. Adobe Audition works, and other programs are going to work the same way too, kind of as like they're being tethered into Adobe Premiere. So, I have loaded it up here. This, again, is the audio clip that is in Adobe Premiere that's been extracted to work inside of Audition. So, if you guys do recall, please do recall demos 1 and 2. We're going to first normalize, come up to favorites, normalize to negative 0.1 dB. Now it's boosted. Next up, I'm going to listen back, and we're going to clean up, and we're going to silence some sections. So,
My name is Kevin Balzer, and I am a freshman with a beard. My hobby, my favorite thing to do.
Okay, I just repeated myself. I'm going to want to take out one of those. So the way that we're going to take stuff out, we're not going to delete it. We're going to only silence. We don't want to change the length of this audio clip because it's tethered to a video, a visual. If we change the length here, it's going to mess everything up. We're not changing the length, but we can silence. So I'm going to select my hobby. I'm going to select that area. I'm also going to select a little bit of the silence before, like so. And I'm going to right click on this guy. Let's make sure that I have it first.
My hobby, my favorite thing to do.
There's the repeat. I want to take out my hobby, so I'm going to right click there on the highlighted section. In order to highlight, you click and pull. I'm going to click silence, like so. Now I have
the beard. My favorite thing to do.
Nice. Okay, and I'm going to silence the end by selecting the end, right clicking and hitting silence. I'm also going to silence the beginning. Right click and silence. Okay. The next step, I'm going to come to this effects rack and click on that first arrow to pull up my first effect. I'm going to pull up the tube bottle compressor. And if you guys remember our values, this first one was right around -10. This next one we pulled up to our gain. We increased the gain to about 4 or 3, something like that. Our ratio, I want you guys to attack the ratio to about 6 on this, and then bring down the attack to 2.
And I am a freshman with a beard.
Let's make sure we got this.
My favorite thing to do is knitting and underwater basket weaving. And a fun thing about me is my nickname in college was Fang, but it had nothing to do with being a vampire.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to bring up the gain a little bit more. Let's bring up the gain to about 5. And let's bring down the ratio. Or bring up the ratio as well. Bring it up to about 6.
My name is Kevin Balzer, and I am a freshman with a beard.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, I'm also going to add another effect on the second effect rack, and that second effect is going to be our EQ, our parametric equalizer, and we're going to pull up the preset vocal enhancer, and I'm going to bring down the high level a little bit.
My favorite thing to do is knitting and underwater basket weaving.
Fantastic. Okay, and then last up, these guys are not permanent edits right now. They're previewed edits. In order to make them permanent, we are going to apply these effects by hitting this button down here in the effects rack. And now you can see that everything has been nicely boosted and we're good to go. So check this out. All of these edits, if I click File, Save, there we go, then it's not saving in this program, it's actually saving in Premiere. So when we play this back,
my name is Kevin Balzer,
Now it's much louder, it's much clearer, it's much better. We're looking at the preview of the original Balzer wave file. This is the extracted wave file. That's the one that we just built in Adobe Audition. So now we've got it a lot cleaner and we are good to go. Okay, next up, we are going to really get into the art of editing. The art of editing is bringing together multiple clips and sequencing it in such a way that it makes sense and it feels right and it progresses the storyline. And that is the joy and the time-consuming nature of editing. But we're just gonna get into this. So I have these other clips. I've got this clip on the stairs here, and I've also got this up close clip, and I also have this walking clip. I'm going to use these 3 clips in addition to the clip here, but I'm not going to sequence these clips one after each other. I'm going to stack these clips because I don't want to look at me talking the entire time. Plus, remember what I just did? I silenced part of the clip that I didn't want to hear.
And I'm a freshman with a beard.
So there it is.
My favorite thing.
There it was silenced. I don't want to see me talking there. I want to cut to something else. Plus, I've got all these kind of lighthearted, goofy lines. So, like, whenever you hear a lighthearted, goofy line, like a freshman with a beard, it would be nice to get an up-close shot of me with a beard.
With a beard?
So it would be nice to cut to a shot of the beard right there. Let's see if we can double-click on this up-close shot of me, and we are going to scrub to... that scrubbing is just clicking and polling and seeing what's on here. There we go. Right about there. I like this part, the beginning of this part of the clip, and it'd be nice to just select this part right here, starting here, and let's see the rest.
Alright, I'll do that.
Like to there. So is there a way that we can select just part of the clip? And the answer is yes. This button right here is your mark in, or you can select I. Then you're going to come over to the out, which is O, and select right there. Now look, this section of the clip has been highlighted. When I now drag just the video only, I can drag the video only over here. I don't want the audio, and I'm going to set it right after I say a freshman with a beard. Let's look at it.
With a beard?
Nice.
My favorite thing to do.
Nice. And I also kind of like that overlap too. Like you're seeing me. You're seeing me after I say
Beard?
freshman with a beard.
My favorite thing to do.
And you're still seeing me while I'm talking. That's nice. It's a nice little like glue between transitions. But it seems like it takes a little bit too long to get to that shot. So I'm going to move it over just a little bit here.
The beard. My favorite thing to do is...
Nice. So I just moved it over just slightly. And by the way, if you're wondering what values I picked for this one, the values are going to be up on the writing directions, and you can just look and see where the in and outs are.
Favorite thing to do is knitting and underwater basket weaving.
Okay, so another little joke. We're going to pull up a different clip. We're going to pull up the stairs clip. We're going to navigate to a good spot here. Yeah, I don't like me looking at away from the camera right there. It's a bad eye line, but that's a good eye line. Okay, so let's start the clip here. Again, the mark in part is the beginning of your selection of your clip. And then let's set the mark out. Set the mark out right about at 33. Bringing over the video. And I'm going to drop the clip right here, right after when I say underwater basket weaving. Maybe I can get a good facial expression to kind of respond to this joke.
And underwater basket weaving. And a fun thing about me is my nickname in...
Nice. And last up, we've got this walking clip of me. Um, I think it would be nice to end with a walking clip of me walking forward. So let's see if we can find walk away. Maybe right about here. 35, maybe? Right about there. So from 3509 to 3513, let's try that out. Now I'm going to drag this onto its this V3, which is the third video track. Notice that the last two clips I dragged onto video 2. This one's dragged onto its own video track. We're going to talk more about how to organize video clips on their own tracks later, but there is a justification for that. So let's look back.
And a fun thing about me is my nickname in college was Fang, but it had nothing to do with being a vampire.
Nice. Okay. I just want to see me say, but it had nothing to do with being a vampire the whole time. So I'm going to move this clip over a little bit. And I think I'm going to shape it in a little bit. I don't want to see me walking quite so long.
About me is my nickname in college was Fang, but it had nothing to do with being a vampire.
And I can move it in a little bit here.
Is my nickname in college was Fang, but it had nothing to do with being a vampire.
Awesome. Okay, next up, we're going to add some atmosphere, some feeling to this whole thing. It's really dry, and that's why I have my music here. So this music, this song, plays through the whole way, and they're singing the whole way except for this bridge. So I'm going to navigate straight to like about 3/4 through, listen back,